Hola, it is me, once again, Metal Heart. This is going to be one of my more serious videos. It's a topic that I've been thinking about for the past 5 or 6 years. I'm old school, and I tell people that all the time. That I grew up, part of the 70s and 80s and 90s. My generation were used to AOL dial-up. And before that, well, there was no internet. And so when I heard about AI, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I learned more and more about it. And I saw examples of it. I was like, okay. Inherently didn't trust it. I went by my gut instinct. And I'm glad I did. Because the more I learn about it, the less I trust it. And so I'm seeing, all these videos, AI can make movies that haven't been made yet. It can make music, apparently outselling actual musicians. Keep in mind, this is what do you call it? A computer program. And AI now can create other AI programs, whatever. And I'm thinking, doesn't this scare the shit out of anyone? Am I the only one? And so I'm thinking, this is pretty much like a Philip K. Dick novel come to life. If you don't know who I'm talking about, read about him. He wouldn't be surprised by any of this. Or Carl Sagan. And so, but, some people will say, what are you, anti-technology? No, I'm not a Luddite. I understand man's desire to change things, and technology is a big part of that. But I think that we have reached a point where we have created technology that we can't control. We think we can, we can't, obviously. And of course, the human race is fallible. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. We make lots of mistakes. And we invent technology that we think will make life easier and better. Most of the time, in my experience, no. No, it doesn't make things easier. It actually makes things harder. One example. You call a company up, you get an automated message. I want to talk to a real person. I want a resolution to this problem, paying a bill. Most companies, no, you have to talk to a machine. And I want to tell these companies, I don't want that. I want to talk to a real person. They might not be that smart. Some companies hire whoever fills out the application. But it's better than talking to a machine. So skip that. You're relying on a machine for what? Information? The news? You think you're going to get that? No. AI is so advanced now that Chat GPT, people are taking it seriously as if they're talking to a real person. And they must realize that it's not a person. It's this thing, a baby of technology. Most people don't care. They just don't care. And I think part of it is misanthropy, just not wanting to deal with people. And so, like, okay, so you're going to rely on this thing to tell you what? How to live your life? It's a program. It's not a person. It has no experience. It's not a living thing. Why would you depend on it? At least with a person, depending on who it is, it's a person, they have experience. So, you might sit down at your laptop, keystrokes, tell me what I need to know about this. And it tells you. And it replicates human thoughts and emotions to some extent. And you're like, oh, you're my new best friend. You're talking to a program. So, okay, think about the Matrix. You see a screen, and there's green digits. And you can read it. I can't, but... And you're seeing something that you think is there. Oh, okay, and that's your information. And so, this is my opinion, the real world has now blurred into science fiction, a dystopia. That's where we are now. We created this technology that we can't control. Someone created it, it got out of control. And now we rely too much on it. Every day, I see, I read articles and say, this person consulted GPT for this or whatever. Why? We have lost control over something that we created. And I recommend reading the classic novel Frankenstein. This isn't tangible. At least if you're talking to a person, it's flesh and blood. And you can say, what the hell's wrong with you? This is different. And this is not typical technology. What I mean by that is, it's not a coffee maker. It's not a microwave. It's not a paint shop or Photoshop. This is something on a different level. And what scares me is there's so many people that are dependent on it. And I've said for a while that I think technology has made us lazier and dumber. And I've seen examples of this. TikTok, great example. It could be like 5 minutes long. Everyone wants to be a star. And so it's like, yeah, technology has we think that we are civilized because of it. But we're actually not. We are devolving because we're depending too much on it. And so, yeah, I don't trust AI. I've seen so many videos about these people warning about it. We are going down a very dangerous path. We opened up a new can of worms. We don't know how to control it. And now it's controlling us. But people don't see that. It's like, well, oh, you're being paranoid. It's just a trend. Is it? Oh, really? Is it a trend? I don't think so. This is the future. You should be scared shitless. If you're not scared, you're not paying attention. This is, like I said, it's on a different level. It goes beyond the internet. You know, when the internet was introduced to the public, people were like, oh, okay, that's cool. Some people say, oh, it's dangerous. Like, no, but now we do have technology that can easily control us. AI, it's like, one example, do you know what's real or not anymore? AI, you don't know. You have to have a certain viewpoint, eye perspective, whatever. It's confusing us. We don't know how to control it. That's the problem. And it's going to get worse. Within 5 years,